Hello, it's Jeff and Lori, and we are flying from California to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and we are creating this channel so that you can take the journey with us. So I'm going to be going over a few things today. That's Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Say hello.
Hi.
Jeff is doing pre-flight, so we are flying to probably Santa Rosa, California today from Concord, California. We are testing out the new cameras that we're going to be using along the journey to Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So let's talk about the plane. Oh, that's Jeff. He's the pilot. Hi, pilot. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. All right. So the plane we're flying is I'll take you around it. This is a experimental Glasair.
Glasair Sportsman 2+2.
2+2.
It was built in 2006 by a guy named John Acker.
John Acker.
In a factory. So this plane was looked after by Glasair as well as Mr. Acker. We bought this plane back in 2020, right before the pandemic.
We switched from a little tiny two-seater. It was an experimental Glasair. What was that one? Glasstar. Right. Yeah, that's it. I'm still learning. And then this is a four-seater, which gave us the bigger engine, more capability to carry weight. So,
yes. So there's something called usable weight, which is you have the weight of the plane plus the users, meaning the people that are passengers, luggage, fuel, is all the usable weight. We can carry up to 1,000 pounds of people, weight, and fuel.
And wine. Lots of wine. Wine.
I don't know how to wine.
Jeff's going to be doing pre-flight while I take you through the plane. So this is the Sportsman. And you got to excuse our very messy hangar because we're kind of slobs when it comes to the hangar. But that is the Sportsman. It is a beautiful plane. I've known Jeff for 5 years. We've been flying together for 5 years, and we've had tons of fun together. We've done a lot of flights, so we wanted to take you on this journey. I'm going to open up the cabin of the plane and show you what's inside. So Jeff's doing pre-flight right now. That takes place before we fly anywhere. He's checking a whole checklist of things. So he's running through that checklist now, checking all the instrument panels. We still have to get fuel for the day before we take off. A lot of things can happen in pre-flight. Like I said, Jeff and I have been flying together for 5 years. Sometimes we'll get all the way through pre-flight. One time we got an hour into pre-flight, didn't even notice the front of the wheel, the nose wheel was flat, and so we were grounded that day and could not fly. The other time I was doing my usual co-pilot stuff, which was laying down here while Jeff was doing all the work pre-flighting, and I noticed blue in our cabin. Our cabin had, that was the old plane, the Glasair, and it had been in the shop, the wing had come off, and I noticed blue all in our cabin. So we had a fuel leak that grounded us that day. So you never know in pre-flight if you're gonna actually be able to fly it. So that's why it goes through the checklist thoroughly, make sure everything's good with the plane before we take off for the day, and of course we've got to get fuel. So it's about a 45-minute flight over to Santa Rosa. That's what we're shooting for today. We're testing all the new cameras in order to take you on the journey with us. So I'm going to walk around the plane. So while we're pre-flighting, we're checking everything. We're checking the flaps and all the gears. We're making sure we go through, and we're literally touching every single solitary rivet on this plane. Make sure everything is tight and that there's no problems with the plane. So we'll do a full inspection on the plane through pre-flight. I pretty much don't do a lot. Jeff does most of the work. I'm the one that usually climbs up on the ladder and checks all the fuel, make sure we have no air in the fuel, water, that kind of thing, and then we'll go. So I'm going to turn it off for now, and then we'll come back in a little bit.